I spent 100 days in a corrupted Minecraft world with one of my closest friends, Alex the Noob. And yeah, if you didn't guess, she's a big noob. But we made so much progress, defeating withers, stacking up beacons, building our base, all in preparation of getting so strong that we could take on the hardest challenge that this world had to offer. Alright, so day one of this 100-day session, we built a beacon using the nether star we had gotten from defeating the wither in a previous episode. Gotta get stronger. Day two, though, we needed to start improving our farm, getting things ready for crops, more meat constantly coming in. We also wanted to make sure that we began getting some animal farms ready too. Now on day three, we needed to fortify our area, so we built a wall around our entire base area. It was very nice. Day four, we wanted to continue to fortify that wall, getting a lot of mining done. Alex naturally dying to kitty cats. Then day five, we wanted to get back into the nether so we could get our hands on some netherite and really get some serious tools and armor going. Now, on day six, it was time for us to build things with that netherite. Alex made a netherite hoe and surprisingly managed to use the entire thing. It took long enough, but I gotta say, she had some serious dedication in making it happen. Day 7, we went back mining, and unfortunately, I ended up losing Alex in the middle of the cave system. So she started to cry for help on day 8. She got caught with a zombie, trapping her, and she ended up blowing herself up with some eggs. So I ended up grabbing her stuff, and on day 9, when I tried to return it to her, she fled from me into the ocean. Turns out she was looking for a monument, and on day 10, we found that monument. Decided to take on the guardian bosses found from within, and hey, he actually managed to do it using eggs once again. Then we decided, hey, we can get our hands on some extra gold right in the center of this monument area. Fantastic. Now, we took the bones from that skeleton grinder and used it on day 11 to get ourselves a whole bunch of pets. On day 12, we wanted to expand the area for that pets, and on day 13, Alex sent me on an interesting adventure to get our hands on a lot of obsidian, because on day 14, we saw that Alex decided to build one of the biggest obsidian portals I have ever seen. Amazing. I didn't want to join her in the nether, so I decided to fish instead on day 15. Now, Alex ended up coming back on day 16. She brought gas into the overworld. Day 17, we had to continue. A bit of a boring day, continuing to fortify the wall, the area around our base. Alex naturally having some trouble. Exploding parts of the wall. It was just a mess. Day 18, I had to go collect resources to fix the wall, and of course, Alex ends up drowning very easily. On day 19, we picked up some extra diamonds when we went on a mining session, and on day 20, we decided to expand that wall from our main area all the way over to the village that was nearby as well. Day 21, we needed to begin repairing the village that we had originally messed up in some previous episodes, and we started to repopulate the village as well by letting those villages do their thing. Speaking of, on day 22, we decided to cure a nearby zombie villager so that we could get some trades from him down the road. Now on day 23, we decided to get some trading done with all of the villagers in question, and we ended up getting a map to a nearby Woodland Mansion. On day 24, it was off to go on a hunt for that Woodland Mansion. Don't forget, guys, you can download the Alex the Noob Corrupted Minecraft world on the Minecraft Marketplace right now, where you can join in on the adventure and see how well your 100 days go. Check out the description below. On day 26, we had to go get our stuff back. It took forever to get back to that area, but we made it. And then from day 27, we decided to return back home. Alex started to go to town on adding an extra sign to the horse pen. It said mansion on it for some reason. And on day 28, we decided that we needed to fix up our house. Well, I decided that after she blew it up, so we ended up needing to do that, and we killed some cows to get some sugarcane farms, to get some extra supplies to fix up the enchanting area that Alex ended up blowing up, so we needed all of those different supplies. Now, on day 29, we continued on that journey, killing more cows, getting more sugarcane for books, for the enchanting area. Such a process. On day 30, we made the enchantment room again, and we got our hands on some very special goodies using the enchantment table. Check this puppy out, right? Once we had enough lapis, we got a nice netherite axe with some smite. Now, on day 31, it was time to protect the village from a raid that was going to be occurring nearby when a pillager showed up. Alex and raids, always a little bit of a problem, but at least this time we had a full set of netherite gear, so it wasn't as bad as it normally is, and we were able to, you know, get the raid going pretty successfully. Ravagers, no problem. I mean, Alex still died, but, you know, what's new, right? Never ends. Day 32, we went back to trading with villagers. Alex adding in more beds to the nearby area so that these guys could get a good night's rest. Alex has always actually dreamed of being an innkeeper when she grows up. You know, naturally, you can see her hospitality skills showing up here. She even decided to play with the nearby villager that we attached to a tether. Now, on day 33, we wanted to reinforce those walls even further, but we did notice something quite interesting along the way. Not just the explosions, but more importantly, something even more dire. That villagers sleep with their eyes open. Now, on day 34, we followed a baby villager around to see what he got up to. And on day 35, we dug another hole in celebration of completing the village to fight another wither from within that hole. All the way down into the cave we went for that day 35. And on day 36, it was time to collect some more wither skeleton skulls so that we could fight another wither and get another beacon going, because we are trying to get stronger. And so on day 37, it was time for that wither fight once again. And wither fights are quite easy. We have explosive eggs, so it's never a problem, frankly. And we ended up getting our hands on another nether star. And of course, on day 38, we had to spend a little bit of time getting some more iron, building some more beacon supplies so that we could power that beacon. But it wasn't enough. On day 39, we wanted to get some materials to replace the bottom of that beacon with, I don't know, something maybe a little bit more impressive, you know. Well, we'll get back to that in just a little bit, because we needed to spend the next day getting even more materials and trading with villagers, getting lots of emerald. You see, coming together now, plenty of emeralds. And on day 40, we made it happen. Day 41, we got even more pets, and Alex decided to breed even more of them, as if we didn't have enough pet wolves already. It was starting to get a little bit daunting, if I'm being perfectly honest with you guys. I get nervous around Alex's pets. They've killed me many times before. Day 42 is time to expand the house. We decided to make us a nice storage room. And day 43 was the same story. Had to keep expanding on that storage room until we reached day 44, where we finished up the storage room with plenty of space for plenty of stuff. Day 45, we ended up beautifying the storage room area and really making it quite impressive. Very happy about that. Now, back into the nether for day 46, where we needed some more ancient debris to get even more netherite goodies. So, we spent day 46 finding a place to go mining. We got a lot of ancient debris. I mean, it is all over the place. And these explosive eggs make it very easy for us to collect. So on day 46, we did that. And on day 47, we continued to collect all of the different ancient debris. So good. Oh, I love going in the nether with these eggs. Day 48, we smelted it all together, and we wanted to make some more enchanted armor. We had a bunch of diamond, a bunch of netherite, and we were really all about it. And this time, we were getting some real enchantments for our time. On day 48, we really kicked things up a notch. Super good. Day 49, we wanted to celebrate our new armor, so we went on a hunt for some creepers to get some fireworks, killing all sorts of creepers, getting all sorts of firework. These guys are a little difficult to kill. They shrink and grow in size, and they're quite fast, but needless to say, we ended up getting enough of what we needed in order to get those fireworks going. And on day 50, we decided to celebrate, collecting sugar cane, getting the paper we need, getting the fireworks we need. Alex deciding that she wanted to get some pink dye going so that we could really celebrate right. And on day 50, that's exactly what we did. Alex couldn't even kill herself doing it. Day 51, we were going to prepare for another wither fight because we've done so much. You know, we may as well keep getting stronger. We're only halfway through. It's 50 days. And of course, Alex decides to ride a ghast. Man, I don't even know how she managed to do that one. And on day 52, we dug another hole for another wither fight because at this point, they're not even that difficult. And on day 53, it was time for us to handle our third wither in this 100 days. So simple. I love these explosive eggs. I know you guys are gonna love the eggs too when you download this world. I mean, it just makes everything so much fun. Handled. Now, on day 53, we ended up finding that additional nether star, and it was time to, well, Alex would blow up again. Day 54, we decided to go mining nearby, and Alex ended up losing some of her pets due to, you know, explosions. Oh, she lost a lot of them. Day 55, Alex was a little bit sad that we had lost so many pets from mining, and it was time for us to do things right. I mean, look at her. She's just so pathetic looking right now, so sad. And we needed to make a memorial to honor all of the pets that we lost for our time in the caves. And that's exactly what we did. Now, Alex spent most of day 56, you know, mourning her pets, all sorts of soggies. R.I.P. It's the saddest story. But we had to make things right. And I wanted to cheer her up, so we got some more pets. And we really started to make things feel like they've turned around. I mean, look, she was so thrilled. Zombies have a little bit of trouble, but, you know, that's what they do. Pets restored. Day 57, we wanted to get some more farming action going in to make some bread, replenish our cow supply. On day 58, we had to fend off another raid at the village because these pillagers just won't let up. Now, look at that. Double Ravager status. Alex attacking with a pickaxe, of course. And on day 59, we had to check on those villagers, make sure they were still alive. Alex wanted to feed them. I don't think that's how they eat, Alex, but, you know, I'm not going to ask any questions either way. They did give us some serious discounts for these trades, though, so overall, I was pretty happy about that. And we got a totem of undying. Now, on day 60, we ended up losing our horse because Alex exploded the stable. I don't know why she did that, but it's okay. On day 61, it was time for us to get some new horses from a nearby flower field. So, tamed up some steeds, made things happen. Alex decided to punch a beehive. It's not the best idea in the world, but, well, I mean, yeah, I imagine you could figure out what might happen from that. But once we ended up getting some horses, we took it back to the stable, tied him up, made it happen. Hey, even I got a horse this time around. On day 62, we went back to that meadow to gather some flowers and get some enchantments going. And Alex, please, 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 please. Oh, boy. Oh, that wasn't that bad at all. We ended up collecting the hive because on day 63, we decided to use that hive to make a bee enclosure. And we had our first bee show up. It was quite lovely. And on day 64, we kept working on this little bee enclosure, breeding those bees, making things happen. We even had a nice little campfire underneath that beehive. And look at that, some honeycombs. Now on day 65, we took to expanding the house. We wanted to make things look a lot nicer around the area that we call home. I mean, it makes perfect sense. And we continue doing that on day 66 as well, making a nice windowed area right next to Jerry. And on day 67, we kept things going. Expand, expand, expand. This house is coming together beautifully at this point. Big fan of it, to be honest. Moving the anvil, adding some brewing stands, getting a couple different signs going for the different view, the different home. So good. Day 68, same story. But this time, we needed to get some stone ready. And so that's exactly what we went for after we began really just taking in the extras of our home. Oh, I loved it. So day 68, 69, collecting that stone, collecting different amounts of coal. We needed that because it was time for us to do something very special with all of this stone that we've been collecting. And so on day 70, we took that stone and began building a statue to Soggy, Alex's pet dog. we needed something even further to honor all of the pets we lost from our various different times here. And yeah, that's supposed to be soggy. Don't ask any questions. Day 71, it was time to beautify the base. Additionally, with all of the flowers we'd collected from the meadow, as well as from some lamps all over the place that we've been slowly gathering through iron, through torches, and so we really spruced this place up. Creepers always trying to cause us problems, as they do. Oh, it never ends with these creepers, and they've got some massive explosions, but really things started to pick up and our base was looking beautiful. On day 72, we decided to visit some nearby landmarks, check out some temples nearby, and oh boy, Alex, why do you go in like that? Surprisingly, she didn't hit the pressure plate down there, and we ended up collecting that TNT instead of blowing up to it for once in our lives. We even managed to get our hands on the loot that was found inside, and so it was really a nice relief to be able to upgrade our horses with some armor. Now on day 73, we decided to go to another temple, and this time around, Alex suffered, you know, a little bit of a different fate, we'll call it. Right. TNT, that's one way to go out. Day 74, we decided to go to some other villages and pay them a visit because, hey, our village is nice, but we need to share the love a little bit. So we gathered some supplies, made sure we had what we needed for the journey. And on day 75, we took a little bit of a detour instead because Alex wanted to go for a swim, and we decided to channel our inner drown and get our hands on some tridents. Hey, why not? It's a good weapon to have, right? Alex, be careful with that thing. Day 76, we wanted to begin collecting mob heads, and that's what we ended up using the trident for, enchanting it with channeling so that anytime it rained, well, we could use it to set mobs on fire and get our hands on some enchanted charged creepers so that they could blow up some nearby mobs. And so on day 77, our mob head hunt continued, causing those things to, well, not only kill us, but at least get some mob heads for our trouble as well. So we were in the overworld collecting mob heads. We were in the nether trying to collect mob heads, which is a little bit of a different story because we can't bring charged creepers in there, but wither skeleton skulls drop those charged heads anyways. Somehow we managed to get a magma cube stuck inside of our main base area, and it killed me. So sad. Now, on day 78, it was time to fight another wither. But look, we were all the way down in the bedrock area just so that we could make sure we had a nice open area to fight this guy. And as usual, no problem at all. I somehow died again by mistake. I think those eggs were causing me problems, but look at that. We now have 4. 4 beacons. And on day 79, we decided to turn that 4th one into another beacon. Look at this, just beacon beams all over the place. Thrilled, 4 of them, man. On day 80, we wanted to celebrate how much experience we'd gotten in the last 80 days, so we wanted to, you know, honor ourselves a little bit. I don't know if we should have, but we collected a bunch of gold in order to make a throne. And on day 81, we decided that it was time to build that throne of gold. Look at that. And decorate it with some mob heads to let everybody know that we were king and queen of this area. Right behind Jerry. So nice. Look at that. Alex looks great in that. Day 82, we decided to gather some materials from some nearby trees. Chopping down those jungle trees. And we wanted to go ahead and begin fencing off an area with multiple different zones around our base. And that was because we wanted to make some more farm areas for the different animals. Our base is getting bigger and bigger, and as we expand, we need to move things around from time to time. So we had a little bit of a petting zoo. Lamps, Alex decides to call it. And yeah, right, she's got her own little enclosure as well. That makes a lot of sense to me. Now on day 85, we wanted to collect some sand to enclose the bees in our bee farm in glass. And we wanted to make it really pronounced. And so we needed a bunch of sand and a bunch of glass because those bees need a place to go and Alex needs to stop dying all the time. On day 86, we finished smelting all the sand we collected and we finished building up that glass enclosure as well. So we decided to head to the nether from there, get some more ancient debris, collect some more netherite. Day 87 was all about that. Back to the netherite, back to making things happen, getting that big old set of netherite supplies. Day 88, we continued doing that, and even on day 89, I mean, by the end of it, guys, we had gathered so much netherite that, like, I felt like we may never have to go back to the nether. So Alex decided to take another joyride on some gas while she was there, and look, I don't blame her. It looks like a lot of fun, but it ain't for me. Day 90, time to smelt all the netherite, and of course, Alex somehow managing to do her thing as she does, making those netherite ingots, getting the netherite gear. Finally, I think she's starting to learn. Day 91, we decided to put the nether in the overworld because we were tired of going to the nether. So we decided to bring the nether to us. So cool. And on day 92, we decided to start work on a giant pumpkin farm. Nice. Day 93, we were in the meantime wanting to begin working on a little bit of a fish tank. And so I decided to take that on myself, collecting fish with some buckets, adding them to our inevitable fish tank, defending against some drowns. And on day 94, it was time for us to begin heading back. And so that's exactly what we did. Day 95, we wanted to get that fish tank popping off, so that's exactly what happened. Me adding in some tropical fish. And look at that. This base is coming together. So good. I gotta be careful to drown, though. Sheep, stay away. Bad. Look at that fish tank. So lovely. Day 96, we built a friend for Jerry the Pumpkin King. Look at him up there. He just needs a companion. And that is quite the companion. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe how we put that one together. So happy. Day 97, it was time to collect some ender eyes. Because guess what? We felt like we had done so much in this world that it was time for us to take on one of the ultimate challenges. And so once we got those ender eyes nice and ready, it was time to begin prepping for our stronghold exploration. So on day 98, we gathered food, found the stronghold, put in some eyes. Yes, that's right. We even have to take on the Ender Dragon before we become so bold as to consider defeating Dark Alex. And I don't know if you realize this, but Dark Alex is someone that lives on this corrupted world. So we took a little bit of time, gathered in the caves, found the stronghold, placed in the Ender eyes. We needed a little bit more. Okay, we had to go ahead and scour all of our chests, gather more supplies. We did it all, and it was worth it because at the end, we were, well, we were literally at the end. So check it out. Back in the stronghold, finished it off, completed the portal. Alex jumping in right away, and on day 99, it was time for us to defeat the Ender Dragon. Now again, we had a whole bunch of eggs for our trouble, which we used to, well, take out a majority of those different crystals. Alex dying, so sad. And hey, the Ender Dragon didn't stand too much of a chance. I mean, it wasn't the easiest fight in the world, but it also wasn't terribly difficult either. I mean, we're practically pros after 100 days of preparation. Just kidding, Enderman was giving us some serious trouble. Please, don't die, don't die. But the Ender Dragon ended up dying, so it was a lovely experience all around. And look at that. We found an additional tower, the final tower, inside of the end. So good. From there, we collected the Ender Dragon egg. Yes. And guess what, guys? Just like that, it is time for us to round day 99. And on day 100, after having beaten Minecraft, we brought back our Ender Dragon egg, admired the changes that we had made to our area. I mean, look at this. Beautiful view. So nice. We did a lot in these 100 days. Now, there's technically still more to do. We have yet to defeat Dark Alex in this world. And so that's going to be right around the corner. So make sure you check out this world for yourself, Dark Alex's Corrupted Noob World. It's on the Minecraft Marketplace. Go ahead and download it. And hey, thanks for watching.